Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got this really cool smoky red looking eye for you, and it's exciting. You know why it's exciting? Because I received the MannyMUAxMakeupGeek collaboration palette. It is beautiful. I ordered it in time for pre-order, mind you, which took me 5 days to actually purchase the product before I even got to actually hold it in my hands. It took me 5 days to pre-order because firstly I work Monday to Friday 9 till 5, so I don't have a lot of time to sit around and wait for a pre-sale firstly. Secondly, when I did have time to do that, they sold out like immediately. I could not get on the website. Obviously being in Australia and then being on US servers, it just took a long time for the website to load, and I was working, all that kind of stuff. It was just difficult. When I finally got the email that this was back in stock, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning when I was leaving to go to work, and I'm like, I gotta do that right now. And it was like the day after payday, so it was happening, and I finally got it. And then it came in the mail, and I kind of squealed a little bit because I was so happy to get it. I just, you know, I kind of deliberated about getting it because I had some of the colors in here originally, but this is just beautiful. Obviously today we're using the obvious shade of Luna here. It's red is one of my favorite colors, and this shade just surpasses any other red that I've loved in my life. It's a beautiful red color. And yeah, so that's that. I'm glad to be talking again. My last video I had to do like a sped up tutorial because I have been unwell, and to be honest I'm still unwell. My throat is sore, but I'm powering through. So without any further ado, here's the look. If you want to see how we got here, then keep on watching. So we're starting out with my face already done because that takes a whole lot of time, and just to edit it, it's just a mess. So I've done my face already, but I'll quickly run through the products that I use. So we started with the base, which is L'Oreal Lumi Magique Base Pure Light Instant Primer. So normally I use a mattifying base, but today I was really kind of feeling the glowy skin, so this is one of those glowing primers. Then I went in with my foundation, the only one that kind of matches me at this point in time. It's not too white, but it's not too dark because I got a bit of tan still going from my holiday. So we've got that one. Then underneath my eyes, same old concealer. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection. I'm looking to get the Urban Decay Naked Skin one soon, but I kind of want my tan to fade away before I get a colour that actually suits me. So I've got this one in the meantime. Then on my blemishes on my face, so just around my cheeks where they normally are, we all know how bad my skin is, I've got the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this colour is called Vanilla Light 2. And to stick with the glowy theme, instead of using the translucent powder or a MAC Studio Fix, which is what I normally use, I use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Lumiere. And I basically used all 3 shades. I used the lighter two, these two here, on my entire face, and then I used the darker one here, kind of in the bronzy areas of my face. And they aren't like highlighters or anything, they're just really nice like setting powders that are luminescent, so we're going for that luminous look. And this is a special product that goes back in its box once it's done because I spent way too much money on that one. To set underneath my eyes, my concealer today, I use the Australian On Tour, or the Australis Cosmetics Contour. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but I use that on my face. To set my eyes, I use this yellowy shade because Lord knows I didn't sleep well last night. And then what did I use? I use my NARS bronzer just to bronze up my face quickly while I think that's just kind of standard stuff to do, and I'll do my contour and blush and highlighter later after I do the eyes because I kind of want to see what I'm doing. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, to be honest. So without further, oh, and I also did my eyebrows. I've been doing my eyebrows different every single time I've done my makeup recently because I've just like freshly colored my hair black, and I honestly don't know what looks better. I'm not sure if like the complete black brow looks better, or if I still go with the tinge of red that I was doing when I had the red hair, or if I put like warm browns or dark browns, like, or cool browns. So today I used a mixture of both. In my palette here, I used these 2 colors. I believe one is MakeupGeek Barcelona Beach, and the other one is MAC Copper Plate. Yeah, So Barcelona or Barcelona Beach is a little bit warmer than Copper Plate, but mixed together they made this really cool, nice, light eyebrow color that I like. I'm still not sure what I like, if I like cool brows or warm browns with the black hair, especially because the black is over red. Maybe I should steer towards a warmer brow, but I just don't know. Anyway, that's a whole lot of talking. Let's move on to the eyes. Today, it's so exciting because I waited so long for this to come in the mail. I've got the MannyMUA MannyMUA collaboration eyeshadow. So I bought this, and obviously it was a pre-order, and it just took so long to get me. When I finally grabbed it, I shrieked. I was like, ah! I screamed a little because I'm just so excited. So these are the shades we're working with today. I believe 5 of them Manny made up himself, and then the other ones were pre-existing. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them, I believe. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 of them he made himself, like he collaborated with MakeupGeek, and then the other ones were already permanent with the MakeupGeek range. I own already the Insomnia Pigment, which is this one here. The pigment, but not the pressed form. I also own Beaches and Cream and Frappe, but the rest of them I don't actually own. So I got the 6 of them, basically, that I don't already own, but I'm excited. I love this color here, this Luna color, and I've kind of put a red dress on today. So I'm thinking we might go with the red colors. So let's see how we go. This is kind of, I'm kind of anxious about this because, like, I just don't want to touch it. It's so pretty. But let's get started. Okay, so jumping straight into the eyes, like I said, because everything else is already done, I'm going to be using the MAC Nubile Paint Pot as a base. Just going to go in with my finger because this is my own personal product. Nubile has a bit of a little sheen to it as well, which I really, really like. It has been one of my favourite bases for a long time. And always running that underneath the eyelid. On the lower eyelid, should I say. Okay, now that's placed on the eye, I'm going to run like just a skin tone type of shade on it to set the primer. A lot of people think that a primer is just a primer, you don't really need to place anything else on top of it. However, because it's a cream, it can be quite catchy, and it can kind of make your eyeshadows look a bit patchy as well. So it's good to set it with a colour that's close to your eye, if that's what you're using. A colour that's close to your skin tone, if that's what you're using. So because I've used a skin tone colour, I'm going to go in with firstly Beaches and Cream, which is an existing colour in the MakeupGeek line, and it is really just a really beautiful transition shade, or just an all over lid shade, just to start looks off, and it does assist with blending other colours on top at, you know, when you're doing more dramatic looks. Don't mind the lighting as it goes from yucky to nice. It's quite cloudy outside, and I'm relying on daylight for filming this. I do have my professional lighting, but I feel like daylight's much nicer than professional lighting. So we're just relying on that today. It is a bit cloudy outside, so if you see colour changes going from warm to cool, that would be because the sun has disappeared behind a cloud. Okay, so now we have Beaches and Cream placed. We have a really, really nice canvas to start our eye look. So today I'm going to go dramatic because I'm dramatic. I'm a dramatic kind of person. So back in with the palette, we're going to go with this brown colour here, which is called Frappe, which actually, no, don't mind me and my eyesight being shitty. We're actually going to go in with Sora. We're going to go in with Sora first because it's a bit lighter than Frappe. Sora and then Frappe. So Sora is kind of going to go right in, really kind of liberally in the crease, kind of everywhere, just to blend it out anywhere that's not your brow bone, up the top here. And then we're going to go in with Frappe just underneath it to create a nice blend. Just to point out, Sora is a MakeupGeek original, a MannyMUAxMUG original, and Frappe is available in the permanent collection. And I'm just using the same brush that I did with Beaches and Cream, just to blend that on the actual brow bone before the crease, but not where we're going to put the highlight colour. Okay, so I've blended Frappe and Sora right into the crease there. Sora a little bit higher and Frappe a little bit more closer to the crease, just so we're getting a really nice gradient. I've also gone ahead and blended it underneath on my lower eyelid with the same brush, just to get a really diffused gradient on the bottom as well. Next, we're going to go in a little bit carefully with this colour Aphrodite, which is another shade that Manny created himself with MakeupGeek, which is really kind of rich. I would say bordering on, it's really hard to tell. It looks like a really warm brown when it's next to Luna here, but it also can be quite cool as well. It's a really, really nice brown, a really deep brown color. So we're going to get a more controlled blending brush. This is the tapered blending brush by Sedona Lace. It's the EB15. It's one of my holy grail kind of brushes to use for this kind of stuff. And with the tapered shape, I'm actually going to just put the tip in into Aphrodite and tap off any extra. And what we're first going to do is approaching our eye straight this way, so we're not bending our brush up or down like this. We're going to place this directly in our crease. So exactly where your eye creases is where this color is going to go. Some say it's better to do this with your eyes open, depending on what kind of eyelid shape or eye shape you have. It depends. So for me, I have my eyes slightly open, so I can just really place that where I want it to go. And I'm just going to run that back and forth to about here on my eyelid. Once the colour is placed, you can see it leaves a bit of a line. We're just going to go in, and this is when we can start kind of closing our lid and using buffing motions. The outer bristles part of this now will blend that colour out. And you can kind of lay the brush a bit more flat. Okay, now the colour is placed where we want it to be. I'm going to go back in with the brush that had Sora and Frappe on it and blend it out so they're all sitting nicely together in the crease and the brow bone. Then with the pointed brush again, I'm going to take the tip of it again and place it underneath my eye, the smudge that in basically into my lower lash line, leaving the inner corner free for an inner corner highlight, but just bringing it 2/3 of the way. And then connecting it in the outer corner here too. Next, we're going to go on with our eyelid shade, which is going to be the beautiful Luna, this deep red here. It does match my dress that I'm wearing today. And this is just going to go all over the lid, basically. It's a beautiful, it's coming off a little brighter in camera than it is in real life, but it's a really, really beautiful maroon kind of deep red color. Now I've got blue eyes, so this is going to be great for anyone with blue eyes, but feel free if you've got green or brown or whatever color eyes you have to try this color out as well, because the warm tones in the red will draw the warm tones out in your brown eyes, and the green, again, it's a very contrasting kind of color, so it will look really, really nice on any eye color depending on what you prefer. But I love wearing red tones. I love red around my eyes. I love wearing red as a color in my clothing, even red lips. So we're going to go in with the Luna today, and I'm using a concealer type brush, a really stiff brush because it's a matte shade. Mattes can be hard to place. Within my experience, MakeupGeek shadows are just amazingly pigmented and buttery, so this will be no exception, but I'm still going to use this smaller brush to place the colour really where I want it, and then after that we will blend out with a more blending kind of brush, just so that we're not making a mess basically of our eyeshadow look. So my camera died mid-filming as per usual. I think there's only been one time when my camera hasn't died, and it's because it was charged previously, but I'm back. I got this far into the look before it died. I have spent the past couple hours playing WoW and also eating food and playing with my puppy dogs, who are both sitting here with me. But going back to what I was saying, I can't even remember, but we are using the Luna shade here in the middle with a small dense concealer brush, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it in a previous clip, but what we're doing is just pressing it on the lid rather than swiping, because I already have my foundation done. I really don't want to get it everywhere, all over my foundation, so I'm going to place that all over the lid basically up to where the crease is. Now that it's placed on both eyelids, I'm going to take the brush we used earlier that had the Aphrodite on it, the pointed blending brush, and I'm just going to blend the crease area where the red hits the brown, just so there's no harsh lines. Then I'm also going to go in with the brush that had Frappe and Sora on it and blend it out a little further. Okay, so now that everything's blended and placed, I really love this blown out red looking, not red, but any kind of blown out, really smoky eye. Really enjoy it, actually, to be honest. It's one of my favourite things to do, really blend my eyeshadows out. We're going to go in with the colour Artemis, which is this really shiny white colour here, on a clean brush, and we're going to place that right in our inner corner. With the same highlight colour, I'm going to take a little bit on the brush again and place it right at the top of my eyebrow here, just to highlight. And then taking one of these angled fluffy brushes, I'm going to take Beaches and Cream again and kind of just blend out that area between the brow highlight and the rest of the colours, and just kind of use it to fix up any of the blending around the eye. So this is the eye look for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and do my regular eyeliner. So I'm going to put black. I'm going to put black in my waterline, do a nice winged eyeliner, and also place a false set of eyelashes on. Once that's done, I'll come back and we'll finish the rest of the face. Now the eye look is done. I've done my eyeliner, both types. I did a wee little wing on the outside because I really don't want to pull away from that red colour that we've got on the eyelid there. I did a little bit of additional blending, nothing too dramatic, just to make sure everything looks perfect. I blended out my eyeliner and my waterline with the Aphrodite colour just to create some more smoky darkness down there. And I placed my eyelashes on. I am using the I believe these are the Ardell Demis. I normally like to wear the Demi Wispies, but the Demis are doing quite well for me recently, so I really enjoy that. So that being done, we're going to move on to the face now. Okay, so Poppy, hey Poppy, stop it, no more. Sit. Can you see my dog being spastic? And the other one. Yes, I get it, I love you too. No more. Let me do what I'm doing. Get out of here. Just sit, be calm. You were just calm. What are you doing? Sit. Can you see this right now? This is what I have to deal with when I have my dogs inside. Yes, Emilio. Yes, Poppy. Come on over here. Sit. You two have to freaking wipe my hands again. That's enough. Moving on to the face now. I've already got my bronzer done because that's standard. It never changed. I've been using the same product for like 4 years now, so that won't change ever. But we are going to use a blush now. Can you see my puppy dog? Can you see her? Lucy? Puppy. We are going to use a blush, and I am using a more of a muted pink color. This is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish Soft Color Blush in Genuine Plum. Now it's not plummy from what I can see, but it is kind of like a warm muted pink. So I'm going to load that up on my blush brush here. I didn't want a color that would compete with the eyes, but I did want a flush of color anyway. So that's going to go on the cheek and kind of blend it out. Then going in with a highlight, I am going to use an oldie but a goodie. I haven't used this in a very long time, and I've used it over the weekend and I was so excited to be using it again. This is the Stila All Over Shimmer Duo in Kitten. The other side broke, which is more a goldy colour. That broke, unfortunately. It was a bit of a goldy colour, so gold doesn't really go well with fair skin, but depends on what you're after. I feel like I don't suit gold, but I'm going to place that ever so lightly on my cheekbones here. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to use a nude, just so that all the focus is pulled to the eyes. I'm going to use one of my favourite combos. First, starting with NYX's Natural Lip Liner. I'm going to slightly overline my lips. Then using Australis Cosmetics Velour Lips, I'm going to go in with the colour Putty, like Paris, Putty, and fill in my entire lips. And then while that's drying, I've got the colour Milano, which is a really nude colour. I'm going to pop that right in the centre. And this is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed. I really love the combo of the nude and the red. Red being one of my favourite colours to wear ever. I don't generally do a nude lip, but I feel like this kind of look calls for it, because if I did a red lip, although red lip would be great actually, I wouldn't mind trying this out with a red lip. I just feel like it would be a bit too much. If I'm also wearing red, which I am, my dress is super duper red. Otherwise, I really love, this is one of my favourite lip combos too, these three products. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, please ensure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. It really does help out. Let me know if you want to see any other looks with the MannyMUA makeup palette by MakeupGeek. I am digging the Insomnia colour, which is the duochrome brown shift to blue. I might do a look with that one next time, but I've also ordered the Kat Von D eye contour palette too, so that one will be coming up shortly as well. I'm excited to create more looks for you guys. If you enjoyed, like I said, otherwise my social media links will be down in the bottom bar. Be sure to follow me on those to see more up close pictures of this look. I will post some there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!